Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you in another video. All right, so the score was 125-118. The Clippers got the victory at home against the LA Lakers in the biggest game of the season. Congratulations to their team for shooting the ball very well and for coming out with the right intensity necessary to capture such a big basketball game. Their fans were treated to a good performance. Our fans were humiliated. Our Los Angeles Lakers, I can't even really get my words out. I'm so through with what I just saw right now. I don't think there's a whole lot of good to say. It's just a whole lot of bad. Honestly, the Los Angeles Lakers really choked tonight. We schemed poorly. Um, we left shooters open all night. We left players, alone to destroy us. We leaned on people that couldn't score for us. We put rotations on the floor that couldn't help us, and we suffered a ridiculously humiliating loss because of it. Um, LeBron James' first half was abysmal. I think he played the first two quarters about as poorly as probably any two quarters he's ever played in his career. Minus 25 in the first half. He ended up getting it together in the second half a little bit. For the majority of the game, for him, wasn't very good. He ended up with a -9. He had about 7 assists. I think the numbers ended up evening out after a while because, in the fourth quarter, he was able to string together some points, stuff like that, to make his numbers look good. But he was a complete liability tonight on both sides of the floor. Malik Beasley hit 3 out of 4. He was the best player off the bench tonight. But unfortunately, the lineups he was in, we were a defensive liability as usual. So his shooting performance wasn't capped off properly. Plus, we stopped giving him the ball, as you can see, 3 out of 4, which means he didn't keep shooting despite being so hot. So it was just a comedy of nonsense out there. I think Anthony Davis had 17-11. 17 points, not enough. He shot 50%. That's not quite what we need from our guy in that situation. But then again, it wasn't like we were looking to feed him the ball as much as we probably should have. Everything we were trying to do was just ridiculous. We had our lesser players more or less trying to take more shots. And then other players that are used to getting more minutes off the bench didn't hardly get any minutes. We screwed around with people's minutes on the bench, something terrible. Everybody had under 20 minutes on the bench. Gave D'Angelo Russell 40 minutes. I think Austin Reeves had 31 minutes. Braun had like 36 minutes. It was just a comedy of errors on the part of our coaching staff in regards to these rotations on this floor tonight. It was absolute abysmal from start to finish. The Lakers came out with an energy that was disrespectful to the basketball floor, in my opinion, in terms of leaving three-point shooters wide open, just like we saw last night and complained about. I think they proceeded to do that tonight. Left Westbrook open for a bunch of threes. Bones Highland went crazy. Got to give him his credit in the fourth quarter, hitting a bunch of threes. Norman Powell walked out of there with 24 points, having hit a bunch of threes. Who else? Russell Westbrook hit his share. Kawhi, of course, went crazy, hit his share, picked us apart as normal. I mean, we just left everybody open from behind the arc tonight. And they proceeded to shoot the ball very well. I think they ended up with like 46% from behind the arc on like 36 shots or something like that. Now, we too shot very well from behind the arc. I think it was like 9 and 19, but we didn't shoot enough to make it make sense. And ultimately, where we really hurt ourselves was at the free throw line, as usual. I think we were like 16 of 20 something, and even though we attempted as many as them or a little less than them or something like that, at the end of the day, they shot 80 something percent to our 60 something percent, and that was where the score ultimately faded away for us. Um, it's just, it was more wrong than not. Honestly, you guys, I don't know if I could even sum up all I saw wrong down there, but I could tell you it started with yesterday. It just simply started with how we approached yesterday. As soon as we decided to go with that small ball lineup in the second quarter Utah Jazz game, we knew we were going to have to play more extra basketball against the Utah Jazz that would put us in a position to have to play an overtime game in a blizzard. A blizzard that we needed to be able to fly out of for the very next night. Of course, was in this game, we had to play in Los Angeles. So last night, the Lakers did not get in till 1:30 because of that stupidity. And it carried over to what we saw tonight. Everybody was tired, and it started with our coaching staff being tired because those rotations definitely spoke of fatigue. Uh, I just don't think people are built for what it is they're being asked to do, man. I'm just going to tell you the truth. All year long, I felt this way. I just didn't think people were really wired for this. Some of the stuff that we're asking them to do with the pressure as it is. You got to be a certain type of mind to be able to handle this type of pressure and perform as excellent as the Lakers are going to demand. It's not as simple. Kobe made it look easy. Magic made it look easy. Shaq made it look easy, but it's not. And because those guys made it look easy, now we're waiting for the next guys to be able to handle it, and they can't. And that's what we're seeing there. We see a bunch of guys out there who just did not play smart basketball in the biggest game necessary for this team. And we lost our 11th straight game to a team down the hall that's never won a championship. You know, we were humiliated as a fan base tonight by people that we were rooting for to win basketball games, and that's just what it is. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I would love to tell you that I'm proud of my team. I'm proud that they competed. There were players on this team that really played hard. You know, Austin Reeves really played hard. I like what I saw from him. Wenyen Gabriel, even though he wasn't as efficient as he would like to be, I thought he was all over the place, especially in the fourth quarter, falling down just about every possession, you know, playing physical as possible, trying to bang up against Zubac, even though it was to no avail. I thought Wenyen gave it his all, and he was excellent in that regard. I saw some good effort from Vando, especially down the stretch in the limited times when we did put him on the best player, Kawhi Leonard. He did play well against Kawhi, but the majority of the time we put people like Troy Brown and Hachimura in front of Kawhi Leonard for him to pick apart as expected. I mean, it just comes down to, you know, how does a Laker fan articulate how frustrated he is for the world to see without it being completely embarrassing on me? Because I got nothing but bad words and horrible things to say. Like, literally, ain't nothing, no real analysis in my mind right now. I felt like my team choked. I felt like they choked in the biggest game possible. I felt like I said everything that I wanted to say in regards to how I would ultimately feel already in yesterday's rant. That's how I feel today. Only I don't really have the energy for them, just like they didn't have the energy for me. And that's what it really comes down to. They didn't give me any of what it is I was expecting tonight. I put myself out there as a Laker fan saying, yo, we're going to beat the Clippers. Let's go. All this energy and all this. And it's like they just show up and decide, nah, we kind of want to just avoid the Suns. So if you don't mind, we're just going to sit. I mean, there were times out there where the rotations were so pitiful and they were so opposite of what we needed till it just became a situation where it's like, why am I even watching this? Like, I clicked away in the third quarter for a little while, to be honest with you. I'm like, man, I'm not watching this crap. The only thing that kept me watching that game, honestly, was this channel with my responsibility to you guys to give you a reaction. But, like, this is the game that you turn off at halftime. You don't watch this crap. You go do something else with your time. So I just want to let everybody know that was the real vibes tonight. You watch something else. So I'm sure that's what a lot of Laker fans did. sit there and literally just watch them lackadaisically approach the biggest game of the season. And then proceed to just have sad energy like, we can't do it. Guys sitting on the sidelines, coach looking around, like, and I'm getting that. And I'm a Laker fan, like an actual one who believes in the Mamba mentality and never say die and play smart and all these different things. And it's like the opposite of what I believe in reflected on that floor. No different than that several other times this season has gone on. I mean, we've gone through so many ups and downs where we've went to the bottom of the barrel. We've complained at the end of games that were so poorly put together and so poorly rotated. We've ranted about people and what we thought of their decisions and what we thought of different things. And then we make a great trade, brings us a bunch of talent. We feel like we're a contender because of the roster itself. But it just comes back down to the same stuff. It's a mentality thing. It's about how prepared are you for the goal at hand? Are you a champion or are you mediocre? And guys are just mediocre to their damn core, man. It just is what it is. And it ain't players. It's just like the whole organization and the whole way they approach everything that they've done has just needed a bunch of coaching to get them into a space where they can actually think excellent. That's what I feel like I've been doing for the last 2 years, is coaching this organization into excellence. I literally feel that way. And I've been proud of them because I've been seeing a lot of stuff that I've been talking about be manifested, starting to value players more, starting to value depth more. All the different stuff I've been suggesting for the last 2 years have manifested in this team. But there's still a long way to go as it pertains to us being a winner. And you saw everything that we still have to work on today. With our heart, our preparation, our strategy focus, our choices, The choices of who we put in place to do what, all of these things still have to get to a space of excellence, and we're not there. We're far from it, and it showed tonight, and we should all be very embarrassed. That's really what it comes down to. Yes, there is an excuse for why we played poorly, and yes, there was a thing that we could have did to keep it from being an excuse altogether, and that's taking care of your business against the Utah Jazz and not leaving people like Damian Jones open for three-point shots yesterday, so that you could have had the rest you needed today, so that excuse would not be in place. Your dog didn't eat your homework. You left the dog near your homework. And that is what I'm saying to this team. That's what I've been saying all year. You can't disrespect the basketball gods by leaving NBA basketball players like Eric Gordon and Bones Highland open from three-point shots from behind the arc. You can do that with Russell Westbrook because the percentages tell you that. But you cannot do that with Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon? That's one of the best three-point shooters in basketball. They picked him up for that. And you let him shoot a multitude of three-point shots with not as much as a hand in his face. And you call yourselves a championship caliber contender? The best defense in the league? You're the worst defense in the league is tonight. You were the worst defense in the league last night too. And that's why these teams are scoring so damn high on you. You embarrass me. On the Clipper floor, no less. There's only two teams. There's only two teams that the Laker fans really actually hate. There's a lot of teams that we don't like. There's a lot of teams that we really want to beat. But it's only two real teams that we actually hate. It's the Clippers and the Celtics. Everybody else is just kind of there, man. These are our real enemies. And no less, the biggest game we've ever played against them. And we've lost 10 straight matchups against this basketball team. And that core was the same core that beat us that first time. And all 10 of them last times too. And we have a team that I believe is better than them, roster for roster. They are missing their second best player. And we went out there and got smoked. This roster is better than theirs. Make this clear. We got better players. But it doesn't matter if the guy who's in control of that roster is going to put the wrong combinations on the floor for you to compete with. And that's what you saw. That's what you've been seeing. That's what it's been for the last 2 years. Only this time we actually have a roster now. Can't blame Rob Pelinka for this. We had everybody back. Even Mo Bamba was available to play tonight. Did you see him get checked in? No. You didn't get... I lived and died with LeBron James's jump shot. Why do I have to live and die with LeBron James's jump shot when LeBron James is not a good jump shooter? Living and dying with Malik Beasley's defensive rotations with players like Dennis Schroeder and Malik Beasley in the lineup with LeBron James. Do you have any idea how defensive we are not when we do this? I mean, that's just like, if you're going to punt defense, can you at least make your offensive possessions make sense? Why are we getting the ball to Vanderbilt when we know he can't make plays, man? Every time we pass him the ball, it goes off his hands. I say this every time and nobody gets it. It's consistent, man. He can't catch. It ain't deeper than that. He can't catch. Stop passing him the rock. What don't you understand? He's not an offense player. What don't you understand, Darvin? And stupid stuff. LeBron James, you turn the ball over naturally, man. It's just how it goes. I'm not even upset about that. Passers turn the ball over. You've never been a great ball keeper. It's just part of your game. I can't have you giving away those possessions and then giving away other possessions as well. It is extremely harmful that you take jump shots without anybody else touching the ball. Especially for a team that hasn't had you in it for 3 weeks, brother. That is not good basketball. You're taking possessions away from everyone else on the roster who's used to making plays, used to being able to come up with stuff together. You're taking the togetherness out of it, and you're making it about you, and it's cost us tonight. It almost cost us last night, and you're going to lose, bro. Forget everything. You're going to lose because of this. Who cares who has to say what about it, bro? You can't win that way. So somebody needs to just tell him the truth. If you're going to be the reason we lose, we're going to want you gone, bro. Because you don't play good enough defense, you don't shoot well enough, and you turn the ball over too much for this to make any sense for us going forward. You were an absolute liability on the basketball floor tonight. And for those of us who know basketball well enough, we know you were an absolute liability on the floor last night too. Because at the end of the day, for every point you made, you gave up just as many. For every possession you made, you threw away. And our team loses continuity that way. You hurt your basketball team, LeBron James. And I'm not one of those people that's going to lie to you about it. I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of the people that's looking to jump on your back when you're wrong. None of that. I'm coming at you and telling you what I saw. And I saw one guy be basically the reason why everything else fell apart, man. And it's because you wanted to be about you and not about the team tonight. And that selfishness and that mental fatigue combination was a way for Kawhi Leonard to walk away with his 11th straight victory against you. You playing games with that dude, and his legacy is continuing to increase as the LeBron James stopper. He's the cyborg that Bron couldn't overcome, and he's continuing to pile on. And I'm telling you, man, the only thing I was sitting there watching, as I'm sitting there watching this game, the only thing that's coming to my mind, it kept flashing in my head, was Patrick Beverley and the Charmin in his hand as he's sitting in that car. The Charmin that your teammate said that represented y'all character. And I couldn't agree more. That's exactly what I saw. A soft basketball team wearing hardcore colors that they didn't deserve to wear tonight. Guys wearing the purple and gold that quite frankly should not have been wearing that. They should have taken that off and put on the black that the Clippers was wearing. Just like I said when Russell Westbrook was down here playing loser crap. He needs to be on that organization because that's better for him. Everybody who put on that uniform tonight that didn't give us their all needed to be putting on black because that's where you need to be. Down the hall with those winners who beat us tonight, who are winning the championship in their mind for doing so. Because we know damn well they're not actually going after Larry O. This is their championship right here. So like I said, congratulations to them. They continue to dominate the Lakers in the regular season. They continue to own LA in the regular season. Now, when it comes to the playoffs, we understand that the Clippers have yet to receive any championship glory. I don't expect that to change. But at the end of the day, I am not in a position to have any Laker pride against them because my team was soft and choked and disgraced me so tonight. And I knew it was coming. That's why I ran into y'all last night the way I did. I knew it was coming. I knew they weren't going to play right. So here we are. Exactly what I thought was going to happen. And look, a part of me feels like I shouldn't even feel as confident against Phoenix as I did. I made a video telling y'all I'm not afraid of Phoenix. I'm not. I believe my roster can beat the Phoenix Suns. I also believe my roster can lose to the Phoenix Suns in a sweep because of Darvin Ham and the stuff that he's prone to do. As of right now, if he does what he did tonight against the Suns, we're not going to win a single game against the Suns. So I want people to understand that I understand that. Not a single game. We won't win a quarter against the Suns if he rotates like he did tonight. Not a quarter. Game, we ain't gonna win a quarter. You know, we had 3 30-point quarters we gave up against tonight for the second game in a row. Yesterday, we had 3 30-point quarters. Tonight, we gave up 33 quarters. And this team want to be the best defensive team. People want to run off and lie to the American people about this team being the best defensive team in the league. If this is the best defensive team in the league, the entire league doesn't play any defense. That's all that tells me, that we are in the worst era of defense in the history of the sport. If this team that gave up all them open threes in the first half of this game is the best defensive team, the league is in trouble and defense is dead. And I mean it. I mean that. Defense is absolutely dead if the Los Angeles Lakers 2022-2023 are the best defensive team in the league. Garbage. That's what I saw tonight. Absolute garbage. It was only a handful of people that even deserved to wear the colors tonight. One of them being Austin Reeves. And he didn't get enough looks. Rui Hachimura didn't get enough looks. And the looks he got were off balance, not close enough to the basket. And we got away from him unnecessarily to get back to stuff that didn't work. I keep telling you guys, LeBron James and Anthony Davis are not your 4 and your 5, man. It's not. We saw it in the fourth quarter, rear its ugly head again. It's just a defensive liability. Bron does nothing to help Anthony Davis defensively. He's by himself out there defensively. We got to be honest about that. Bron is a complete liability defensively at this point. Put him at the 3 so AD can have his proper running mate down there defensively. If we had Mo Bamba on the floor tonight, you know how much trouble we wouldn't have had with Zubac? If we would have put Lonnie Walker on the floor tonight, you know how many more shots we would have scored? How many more chances we would have got at layups and dunks and energy-like plays? It's a lot of production that just never called upon, man. Never called upon. Anthony Davis sitting in key moments of the game with the score going the other way. What are we holding him back for? You decide to play him in the back-to-back. Why isn't he on the floor when you need him? And we living and dying with LeBron jump shot. One bad jump shot after another. This man, you would think he would be scared to take jump shots after so many missed. Nope, he's still jacking them up there. Gonna conserve his energy at the expense of everybody else's, pretty much. Because every time he does that, it just saps the energy out of the team. You can just see people's shoulders slump like, damn, again, this idiot gonna shoot another 3. You know the thing ain't gonna do nothing but clank off the side of the rim and hand it right off to another Clipper, slide the other way, and that's exactly what he did most of the time, just like yesterday. Living and dying with his trash jumpers, and ain't hit none of them. I don't know why this man think he a jump shooter. Who told him he's a jump shooter? The numbers have told him that he does not shoot the ball like that. I don't understand it. We don't have to do that. That's my thing. It's like, he's supposed to be Magic. Everybody want to compare my guy to Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson would never throw away possessions like this. Least of all to take bad 3-point shots when he has 4 other teammates on the floor who are used to playing. He had a feel for the game. You know what I'm saying? There's a feel for the game. He knew, hey, I got to get the ball to Austin. Austin got it going. Hey, I got to get the ball to Rui because Rui got it going. He ain't never going to jack up a 3-point shot while other guys are running around there slouching and then got to hustle on defense to make up for the fact that you're not playing defense. The least your butt can do is get them the ball. The least you can do is not throw away offensive possessions just because you want to conserve your energy. Conserve your energy next to the coach and bring the young guys out who have the energy that doesn't need to be conserved so that we can run plays that actually get us the ball in circumstances where we can score. Anthony Davis needs more looks. Austin Reeves needs more looks. Rui Hachimura needs better looks. D'Angelo Russell needs more looks. All of this doesn't get done when LeBron James dribbles into a jump shot. And at the small chance it goes in, do you know what ends up happening on the other end? We give up a jump shot because he ain't playing no damn D. And neither is the rotation that Darvin puts on the floor around him. Loser bullcrap. Loser mentality, loser approach, loser preparation, loser energy, loser men. That's what I saw tonight. Bunch of people should not be wearing a uniform, bro. So that's where I'm at with it. This was a big game. We failed to capture it. The Clippers get the 5th seed. I'm sure there's a lot of people in LA who are happy about that because they want to avoid the Suns. I'm starting to think that's a good idea because we can't beat the Suns so long as we rotate like this. But then again, we can't win a play-in tournament game if we rotate like this either. This is a one-and-done situation. You gonna run the BI the way he's playing? Did you see how he played tonight? Y'all better hope he ain't the team you got to run into. Big Con come back against the Memphis Grizzlies in overtime. The way we rotated, there's not a single team that we can't lose one game to. Nobody. We could lose to the Washington Wizards in a one-game situation the way we rotated tonight. To say I'm embarrassed is very kind. It's a kind way of putting it. To say I'm upset is a kind way of putting it. To say I'm disappointed is really kind, you guys. They don't have words to describe this. Not really. Phoenix is not a very deep team, but they are definitely a team that's undefeated with Kevin Durant. I have no reason to believe we're going to come out there and play well. Nothing. No reason to believe that. I didn't have any reason to believe we were going to play well tonight, and I have no reason to believe that we're going to play well then. Period. You got to show me something. And what I see is what I tell people. What I see is a team that didn't look equipped for any of the things that they're talking about doing. None of them. A team that didn't understand, didn't have any respect for rest. Not today, not last night, and certainly not in regards to these playoffs. When they approached this basketball game without the urgency necessary to assure that they had at least the best opportunity to defend somebody. We did not respect defense at all. Putting offensive teams on the floor, lineups on the floor that cannot score the basketball. And then proceeding to watch it play itself out as it does, while the other team jumps around, dances, points fingers at us like they're shooting at us. You were just as much a part of their team as they were. Darvin, LeBron, you were wearing Clipper uniform tonight. You were the best team players on the team over there. As far as I could tell, best players for the Clippers, LeBron James and their head coach Darvin Ham. They really did it. They really made sure Kawhi Leonard and Russell Westbrook walked away with a redemption story for the ages. You know, every game has its own thing to it. We could very well come back, play well against Phoenix, come back against Utah, and everybody believe that we're ready to roll. Oh, the Lakers just had a little hiccup against the Clippers. They had a little, the plane ride. They didn't get some rest. All that stupid crap. Low, basic-minded nonsense. But I'm telling you, I can tell. I smell blood. This team is vulnerable. The chemistry is fragile. I don't think guys believe in each other at the top. Not the ones who need to believe in each other. Nah, it's obvious at this point. Guys ain't even slapping hands. I'm over it. Jeannie, I'm over it. If this holds up the way it looks like it is, and we fizzle out in the play-in tournament, it's going to be some people who are going to need to leave now. Like now. That's it. Ain't no being nice. Ain't no, well, we can wait one more year, or what if we can't get nothing better? You keep all the stuff you should keep, that shouldn't be a problem. Simply put, if you keep everything you're supposed to keep, that shouldn't be a problem. But some of this stuff needs to go. Some of this stuff is not going to get you 18. Now, maybe they prove me wrong. Maybe somehow they stumble into a championship. Heck, this is probably the worst season of basketball I've seen in terms of the whole field. The field is weak. The field is weak. So somebody who probably don't deserve to get a championship will probably get it anyway. Maybe that'll be us. But the way I'm looking at it, we can't even get out of our own way to compete with teams in a big game. We choke before the game even tips. We strategize choke stuff. That's what I'm telling you. The rotations we put on the floor were like, I don't know if it's going to work. Does it look like it's going to work? Not really. It's like that kind of preparation going on behind the scenes with our damn coaching staff. Throw something at the wall. Is it going to work? I don't think so. Hope it does. All right. It's like, Jeannie, as I envision it, if that's what's going on, you got to remove those folks. You got to remove those folks, and you got to remove the people who hired them too. I'm serious. So that's my opinion about that. Look, man, the Los Angeles Lakers are in the 7th seed, I believe, right now. Maybe the 6th seed by way of the tie or something like that. But we're going to need the Golden State Warriors to lose a basketball game now in order for us to effectively assure that we don't play in the play-in tournament. And we have to beat Phoenix and Utah in order to ensure that happens. So it's no longer in our hands anymore. Now we're waiting on Steph Curry to lose games. Good luck with that one. He did this against the Clippers, man. Of all the teams, of all the damn teams, you do this to us against them. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm speaking through my teeth. I'm so upset. And I don't want to be short-minded, short-sighted, because a lot of times the stuff when you know, it doesn't age well when you're short-sighted. And these moments only provide us the momentary feeling, you know. So I'm trying to be responsible in my reaction, but I really just want people to leave right now. Honestly, as a Laker fan, I just want people to go. I want to see other people. I want to see people in other uniforms, man. Am I wrong for that? Like, seriously. Like, does that make me a fair weather fan when I don't believe in people who don't show me they have heart? Like, when they show me that they going up against a real killer and that they cower and wet the bed again, it's just not hard, man. I am a competitor. Okay? I'm not the greatest competitor at what I do. I'm not looking to compete unnecessarily against friends and stuff like that. There's a way to compartmentalize your competition so that you're not being a menace to yourself. You don't want to compete against yourself in the spirit of competition. But what I'm telling you is when it's time to play basketball, man, and when it's time to strategize NBA stuff, I'm a killer. Okay? I'm looking to run the score up, and I'm looking to defend you. I want you not to score at all, and I want to score 200. So when I see stuff like this, I know it's not as simple as going out there and executing things perfectly. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of people watching. People like me talking. It's pressure. So that someone can handle that under pressure is real. That's what we're already saying. Like, it's a standard that Kobe set. And it's hard to keep that going. But we just got to find the people who can do it, man. That's just what it is. It's what we are. We are not a place where the meek and the sweet can just find a way to relax. This is not for you if you like that. If you soft, or if you're looking to just kind of have fun in the sunshine and not meet the competitive nature of championship, glory, then you're going to have to go down the hall, man. And like I said, they're a winning team now, so it's okay that you do that. I'm not pushing nobody away from the LA Lakers toward the Clippers without reason in mind. I really want y'all to go down the hall for real. Because at the end of the day, we're about something that you're not about. And when you come in here and you put on this uniform, we're not going to be kind to you. We're not going to be fair. We're not going to be reasonable. We're going to be manic about it. We're going to want you out of here. Even if it ain't really that merited. This is how we are. This is what we expect. This is what we about. And we're not going to change. And so that's how I feel. I really feel disgraced. Now, if I was a Maverick fan or a Pacer fan, I'd be like, oh, that was rough, man. We really need to prepare more. You know what I'm saying? I would condition myself for what it is that the reality is. No different than what I'm doing here. I'm a Laker fan with 17 NBA championships. I just lost to the Clippers with 0 NBA championships. I've been in this city my entire life. Clippers have never done anything for me, ever. But they keep beating my team because my team is not smart enough to beat them. Like, it just doesn't get more humiliating than that. It doesn't get more humiliating than that. When I look at the fans of the Clippers and I know they have never won a championship, but they watch me win 6 of them. And still root for their loser team. And still beat my team every single time we see them. How strange of a mind screw is that as a Laker fan? How strange of a mind screw do I got to listen to guys that have no championships keep telling me how good it feels to beat me over and over again? When I got all the championships in the world and they don't even know the first thing about what it means to enjoy a finals berth. But they got bragging rights on me? Like I said, people in this uniform that should be in their uniform. They should be wearing that. That's it. That's how I feel. Not to say that I want Kawhi Leonard in this uniform, but a killer like that is what the Lakers are actually about. Not what we're seeing here. What he did is what we actually are. That's the irony. We're being attacked by our own energy. Because that's what we are. Not this crowd. So that's what I'm going to say, man. I think a lot of people are lollipop kids tonight. I saw a lot of lollipop energy, a lot of cotton candy, a lot of soft teddy bear stuff. Real soft stuff, man. I'm telling you. Charmin, all of it. Anything you could think of. Pillows, plush, cotton candy, all of it. That's what the Lakers were tonight. Just soft, man. Absolutely soft. I'm over them. If I didn't have this channel, I don't even know how enthusiastic I'd be about watching these last 2 games of the season. Because I think I know what I'm about to see. I think I just saw what I'm about to see. This team's sad, man. And they went out sad at the worst possible time. So as far as stats are concerned, I don't know. Maybe I'll glance at the stats. I don't remember none of that crap. I don't care, bro. Some nights are just like that. I ain't gonna be an analyst. I ain't gonna be professional. They ain't paying me. This was garbage, and it didn't deserve to be analyzed. Not on the Lakers side of things. Burn the tape. Burn the roster. Burn the coach. I don't know, burn it all, man. Like, seriously, get them out of here. Anybody that contributed to the loser nonsense that I saw tonight needs to be assessed of whether or not they need to be here. And there's only a few names that I'm excluding from that. And I've already named them. Pretty much already named them. Anthony didn't step up like he was supposed to, man. You was too soft. You too soft, bro. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You a part of the problem. Because somebody got to look LeBron James in the eye and say, bro, you ain't the number one player on this team no more. If we're going to win together, you got to give me the ball. If you ain't going to give me the ball, we're going to lose together, and it ain't going to be okay. I'd have said that 3 times to him. He'd have been mad at me, and we would have just not getting along. Because I'm not going to lose because of you, just like you ain't going to lose because of me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got to be. If we on the same team, then we got to agree what's leading to us to failure. And if that happens to be one of us, then we need to be honest about that. And LeBron James right now, as of the last 2 games, practically unplayable in my mind. Practically unplayable. And so Anthony Davis needs to get tough and demand the basketball like his personality just doesn't seem to really want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's soft, man. We miss Patrick Beverley's energy. We don't miss him down there, but we definitely miss that spirit. We miss Russell's spirit, for that matter. At least they weren't soft. At least they didn't cower when they look in the eyes of real killers. That's what I have to say. Guys showing beta energy in the presence of real NBA assassins. Beta energy. Hey, I think I got it all out. I feel a lot better now. I feel a lot better. This team drove me to this place where I'm calling men out. So that's where we at. That's how I feel. That's what the Lakers did. That's how they played. Congratulations to the LA Clippers. They deserve all of the credit. They were the better team on the basketball floor tonight. I don't have any leg to stand on in regards to my talking crap. We'll save that for another day. They were the better team. They deserve to win. Doesn't feel good to say that at all. That's not how you want to end the night after playing the Clippers. But that's all the Lakers left us. So very much humbled and so very white flag waving, we out of here type energy that the fans can't even do nothing but walk away and hear the Clippers give us all the hell that comes with it. What we gonna say? 17? We got 17. See? Look how 17 they are. As they proceed to show us the 10 wins that keep on 11 wins in a row now. Yeah, Genie, it's about wrap. I don't know, man. We're going to give these guys 2 more games. We're going to give them whatever little playoff run they're going to do. Hopefully they can gain some type of resemblance of a good basketball team. But I know tendencies. I've been at this too long as it pertains to paying attention to these basketball teams. I'm not fooled into thinking, they're going to turn around. Not if he keeps running the same stuff. They're not. You got to do different things if you want different results. If you keep going the same results, you're going to get the same stuff. So with that being said, as of right now, if we continue doing this way, we're going to be out of here real soon, y'all. And I don't care how many regular season wins you get against halfway decent teams. When it comes to strategizing against the same team and they're trying to play for a chance at the ring, you're going to see exactly how bad these strategies play out. You're going to see how bad it is when a team gets a chance to see this crap over and over again, and how easy it is to scheme against this stuff when you start seeing he's going to keep doing it. Oh, you're going to put Beasley down there again in game 2, huh? You're going to run that same lineup down there in game 3 too? You're going to be out of here in 4 games, buddy. Good coach ain't going to have no trouble with Darvin Ham and stuff that he's been doing these last 2, all season. Forget these 2 games, all season. It's not going to be hard to strategize against him. It's not. Ime Udoka was in the crowd today. Mark Jackson was on the helm. One of them 2 dudes probably should be coaching this team next year. Just being honest. I know they don't want Mark Jackson back for some personal stuff that he may have said about some people. I understand. Ime Udoka got in some trouble, such and such and such and such. We know about the whole situation. I understand. But I cannot stand Darvin Ham's rotations and this nonsense anymore. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. When I know there's a better coach sitting in the rafters. I know that. Ime Udoka's right there. Hire him. That's where I'm at with it. Because I'm not going to do this. Not when I don't believe what I'm seeing is smart. I can deal with mistakes. I can't deal with a lack of intelligence, y'all. That's a difference. It's a difference. When you just do stuff that just doesn't make sense for the sport that you're playing, for the sports that you're coaching, You're leaving guys like Dennis Schroeder on THT to get banged around and just pushed around last night. And then tonight, I mean, like I said, the people we were putting on Kawhi Leonard, you would think Vando and AD wasn't even on the team. The way we were defending Kawhi Leonard tonight, you would think we didn't even have any defensive players the way we were defending the perimeter tonight. Disrespecting the basketball gods and the Clippers all in the same flurry. They're on their home floor, no less. Like they ain't gonna hit shots on their home floor. This is what I said about the Jazz last night. You leaving wide open shooters open on their home floor. Like amateur hour. Absolute amateur hour. So yeah, that's what I think of them soft Lakers, man. They disgraced us fans. They don't deserve to wear the uniform tonight. There's only 2 or 3 people that we should even want back next year based on the performance we saw tonight. So please make sure Austin Reeves has his money. That's really what I have to say about this game. That's what comes to mind. Make sure he has his money. I don't know who else y'all plan on paying, but make sure Austin's on this team. Reiterate that as much times as necessary. And I thought D'Angelo shot pretty well, man. Coming off the foot, I thought that he gave us a pretty solid effort, man. It was hard to overcome what the stars were doing out there, but I thought he shot well for the most part. And everybody else on the bench, like I said, their minutes were messed around with. The rotations they were in were just erratic. I don't even blame the bench for not producing. I know why that was. I know exactly why that was. I look at the numbers every day, so I know what was different. He didn't play the bench like they were supposed to be played. He leaned on the starters too much, and they gave him nothing. This is Darvin Ham all the way through. Through and through. When you look at that bench, and you see all the minus this, and you look at all the lack of production, Dennis Schroeder and Rui Hachimura did not find themselves very efficient, nor did they find themselves on the floor with rotations that made any sense at all for them. Any sense at all. Starving? I think I want to give the game ball to one of those Clippers. It has to be Bones Highland, man. It has to be Bones Highland. He spread the score out to a space where we could not overcome when we were really coming back. It was his long 3-point shots that just put us out of whack. I don't know what else everybody else did. Obviously, Kawhi played well. Like I said, Norman Powell was a big part of what went down there too with 24 points. But for me, it was Bones Highland that just kept hitting the back-breaking threes that we could not overcome. And we didn't respect him. And he looked like Manuel Quickley or somebody out there. So he definitely gets the game ball from me. That was Bones Highland's night. And that's what I gotta say, man. I'm through, man. I'm a short-sighted person when it comes to this team. And at the end of the day, I've had so many nights like this year, and then I've bounced back and felt great about the team. But it always boils down to one thing. I do not believe in Darvin Ham. BDL 44, I thank you all for watching.